Good afternoon, folks. My name is John Simmons. Thank you all for coming. We are doing the Rinth Radio Hour. This is a live script read by the voice actor guests. So I'll make this kind of quick. This is not like a finished production. You are seeing it being done. While we are doing this, there are times when there are special effects or things that are going to be happening. I will be reading those out. I will be telling you what those are so you understand what those are, but we will not be having the special effects themselves, right? So that's what will be happening. Now, there is going to be a point, in the script reading when all the people in the cafe in this story are going to exclaim in surprise and horror. Could I get the whole audience to exclaim in surprise and horror? Awesome.
Already voice actors. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so tonight's episode is called the Yokai Hotel. You all know what yokai are, right? If you don't, you'll know by the end. So, Yoro Fujikawa is voiced by Tiffany Grant. Woo! Abby Sasaki is voiced by Byron Franco. Denwa is voiced by Mauricio Ortiz-Segura. Isabella Lechuza is voiced by Sharon Melton. Yi Noldushi is voiced by Corey Wilder. Melissa with one S is voiced by Annie Wild. And the Yokai Hotel is voiced by Jeremy G. All right, I think that is all the introductions we need. Are we ready, guys? Pass it back and forth. If you mess up a line, we can read a line. Okay? All right. And we're going to be starting with Abby. Okay.
Excuse me, miss. You wouldn't happen to be Yoro, would you?
Maybe, but you seem unsure. What if I'm not?
Then we'd have to go someplace else real quick because I'd ditch my date in a heartbeat to spend an evening with someone as beautiful as you.
You're making me blush.
You're not blushing. I think you hear compliments like that all the time.
On the one hand, you're flattering. On the other hand, you're a bit cringe. You don't need come-on lines for someone you've matched with online. It's a little suspicious, you know? Like pretending not to recognize me and then trying to pick me up kind of gives off serial killer vibes. Most sensible women would ditch you right now.
You're a remarkable woman. Most people find me beguiling.
You seem to think that.
In my defense, I couldn't be 100% certain I was talking to the right person. Your profile pics are mostly from ski vacations where your face is covered by sunglasses, hats, and scarves. Then there's the beach pics with you facing away from the camera, except for the one where you're silhouetted with the sun behind you. It's like you don't want to be recognized.
It's such a tricky tightrope to walk, putting yourself out there while maintaining at least a little privacy.
I get it, but full disclosure, even if I wasn't certain you were the person I was talking to online, I recognize you sitting here, and I was hoping the person I matched to online was the person I knew you to be.
Really? How did you recognize me?
I saw you on a Forbes cover a few years back. Hot new telecom company, Sugomagami Corp, coming in like a dark horse, you with black hair and bright red lipstick and matching dress showing off your company's phone. You're Yoro Fujikawa. I just wasn't sure I was lucky enough for the woman on Forbes to be my online connection.
And your name's Addie. Well, Addie, your luck is strong because you're right. That was me on Forbes.
Sound of chair being pulled out, sitting down.
Hopefully, this is a lucky day for both of us.
As long as you promise you're not a serial killer.
I don't know if I can promise anything. It's such a tightrope to walk between being open and maintaining an air of mystery.
You should probably just admit out loud that you are a huge dork who doesn't know how to talk to women. This whole date would go a lot smoother once we have that out of the way.
That bad?
Pretty much.
You're still talking to me?
Yeah, but I'm going to count this evening toward my monthly charity volunteer hours.
Ouch.
Frankly, I'm surprised you recognize me from an old magazine cover. You have a great memory.
Memorable face, memorable article. You make phones no one else can replicate, and you use basic chips that shouldn't be able to do what you make them do. Did the ideas for the phones just come to you, or did you stumble into the tech while trying to build something else?
Do we have to talk about my phones and my company this much? I'm starting to feel like I'm giving an interview for a tech magazine. Can we just go back to being two people who met through a sketchy dating app, where the biggest questions of the night are who's going to pay the check and should one of us go to the bathroom and duck out of the date early?
You think you're the goat, so this guy's gonna chase you no matter what? But no, Cap, if you don't stop being so hikey aggro, he's gonna be the one ghosting you when he's heading to the John.
What was that? Was that your phone?
Sound of phone being dropped on the table.
Yes, here it is. It butts into conversations all the time.
That personality is the thing nobody could duplicate.
Personality is not always a good thing. It was novel for a while, and it has a fan base that loves them, but most consumers don't like how willful they are. Now with AI, other companies can make similar things, but more obedient, more marketable. At least make it more understandable. I don't get half the words it uses anymore.
I don't know what she's talking about, dog. I'm busting with Riz. Give me a globe and I'll flex on those other phones. Sell millions.
Is there a setting you can change on it, or?
No, there's no setting to change things like that. Technically there was, but the phone sort of evolved past that.
Wow, so you're saying...
Excuse me, remember the part about getting back to the awkward date and forgetting about the annoying phone?
She cold, man.
Shut up, Denois.
Totally. Look, I'm here for you, not the phone.
Good, back to the awkwardness.
Excellent. Awkwardness it is. Well, I think we crushed the awkwardness objective.
Success doesn't always seem so sweet, I guess.
At least we're not alone. Look at the couple at the next table. They're obviously meeting for the first time, just like we are. And they're twice as awkward as us.
They're definitely mismatched. He's from the city and has that polished professional look of someone who values appearance over all else, while she looks like she just hiked out of the woods.
You always gotta make out like other girls are choosy. You just salty, Yoro.
She's got that natural look going.
An acre of swampland has a natural look.
I was thinking more like a rainstorm. You know, she looks wild and strong.
Yeah, her hair could have been through a windstorm.
Yoro's so salty, I'm getting high blood pressure.
And the guy is definitely a used car salesman. He's got shifty eyes, or maybe he's a lawyer. I bet he's got a trophy wife and he's looking for someone different as a mistress, someone raw and without finesse, like an earthquake in bed, but beneath his station in public.
Bruh. Looks like you two found your connection. Dragging the bystanders.
I wasn't dragging anyone. I was just saying, I mean, look at her.
Chica, did you just tell your man to look at me? I see you watching me over here and over there. You need to keep your eyes on your chico, gringo, or on the ground or someplace safe. Staring at me like that is not good for your health. I gouge those eyes out of your head and eat them like olives.
Addie, I think you nailed her vibe. She is completely uncivilized, but I can feel her raw physicality. This guy's on an adventure, trying to escape from a life that makes him feel boxed in.
I could see lots of intensity between these two. Passion, drama.
Huge mood swings.
Excuse me. My name is Yi Nalarushi, and my companion is Isabella Lechuza. I don't think I've met either of you before, so I'd like to know how you think it's okay to talk about us in this manner right in front of us. Your behavior would be rude among the Navajo where I'm from.
Yee, did you just give them our names? Never give your name away easily. It gives people power over you.
That's a vibe I wasn't expecting.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Noel Douchey. I am Yoro Fujikawa, and my companion is Addy.
Sasaki.
Sasaki, for real? I did not get that you are part Japanese. You look like you grew up in LA.
I am all Japanese. I just look the way I want to look.
In any case, Mr. Noel Douchey, we did not intend to offend you or Miss Lechuza with our conversation. In fact, we were very circumspect and demure in our comments, and if Miss Lechuza had not been eavesdropping on us, you would never have found our behavior offensive. So you see, it's really Miss Lechuza's fault that you are upset.
Puta merde. You do not know what kind of person you're insulting. If you had a corazon, I would rip it out and eat it while it was still warm.
Don't play the tough girl act with me, Lechuza. I may look elegant and gentle, but I am the sort of girl who would drink your blood with my French fries.
Ladies, you are both angry, but there is no point in posturing. A true predator does not talk about being a predator. He waits until his prey suspects nothing and is defenseless. Then he strikes without mercy, his teeth buried in their neck until the light goes out of their eyes. You are both bickering over something you cannot understand.
Did anyone else feel that? A chill just went down my spine. This conversation has taken a turn that I am not comfortable with.
The vibes are evolving. Like we sat down with Dr. Jekyll and now we're drinking coffee with Mr. Hyde.
Is that your phone? I have one just like that, but I keep it at home because it says things to embarrass me in public.
Mine orders me around like I'm a servant.
I didn't realize today I would get to know my customers, my crazy customers. Now I have a better idea why I didn't sell more phones.
Good evening. I'm sorry for the wait. We've been understaffed all day. I'd like to welcome you to the historic Yokai Hotel Cafe, the most storied hotel in the city. I'm Melissa with one S, and I'll be your servant tonight. Are all of you folks together? It looks like you're one party. We can push your tables together to make it easier for you to socialize.
No!
We are only together because of an unfortunate turn of luck.
I was just thinking that maybe if you were at one table, you could all speak together quietly in lower voices so you would stop scaring the other patrons.
Were we too loud? Is that why everyone's staring at us?
Hi, Key. Maybe the talk about capping each other and eating hearts has something to do with it.
I'm not going to have my evening ruined by being forced to sit with the used car salesman and the homeless woman.
Maybe instead of talking about that, did I mention Yokai Hotel is a historic landmark?
I'm not sit. No. I'm not sit and be insulted by geisha doll with a plastic face. Ye and I leave now.
We can find a place with some privacy. I'll drive.
Perfect. I was wondering how long it would take for you to get the hint.
Oh, you want us to leave, chica? Come on, in case that I stay here.
Her words are smoke in the desert, Isabella. Ignore them. Follow me. Let's go where we can be alone.
You know what I think would be great? Changing the subject would be great. Maybe our server could explain how the Yokai Hotel has historical significance. I can see it's modeled after a Japanese castle, but the hotel was only built in the last few years, so where does the historical aspect come in?
The hotel wasn't modeled after a Japanese castle. The lobby, restaurant, and the courtyard were all part of a real castle in Japan. The parts you see here were disassembled, shipped to Houston, and reassembled stone by stone. In Japan, it was called the Hagi Castle.
Hagi Castle? I visited Hagi once before I moved to the United States, but it was long ago. The castle was on an island, I think.
You didn't visit Hagi Castle, Yoro. Hagi Castle was destroyed in the mid-19th century.
2 centuries. And you visited, chica? That would make you an old lady, viejo, a geisha girl. Maybe you tell me the name of your plastic surgeon.
servers telling lies.
I just tell the story they tell us to tell. I've never been to Japan, so I don't know the difference.
If it was Hagi Castle, why don't they call this Hagi Hotel?
Marketing. Yokai is a well-known term in pop culture, like a ghost or a spirit, often a shapeshifter. Americans eat up Japanese folk culture, so Yokai Hotel would have a lot of name recognition, while Hagi Hotel would have very little.
So this is really the ghost hotel in English?
Maybe magical creature hotel.
Oh, that's me. It's not highlighted. Sorry. Shapeshifter Hotel.
Shapeshifter Hotel is the best.
What was that about? What's so funny about Shapeshifter Hotel? Did I miss something? Maybe I should just take your drink orders.
I was laughing because, what if you had a shapeshifter at the hotel?
How's that funny?
I laugh for the same reason.
It is funny because this is a place a shapeshifter might go to find his prey, and he would be sitting with his victim. And the name of the hotel would be warning the victim, but the victim would not understand the warning until it was too late.
I feel like pointing out that not all shapeshifters are known for preying on humans.
Yes, there are boring stories about shapeshifters too.
There's other kinds of yokai too. Some that are more, low-key.
Like Tsukumogami.
Bruh, you're not just a snack. You've got some brain cells.
This is interesting. I don't know about any of this though. Can I just take your drink order?
Cappuccino.
Quiero chocolate.
Spring water.
Iced frappuccino with organic soy milk, extra strong, double the whipped cream, but no cherry. It needs to be thoroughly stirred and bring it out right away so the ice doesn't have time to melt.
I would prefer to leave as we said earlier instead of having a drink.
There is no leaving this place.
Okay, who said that?
You did. You said we should leave, and I agreed with you.
No, not that, amor. Someone said there is no leaving.
Are you talking about the front doors? They're stuck. We didn't announce it because we didn't want to draw attention to it. It's okay though, because we've already called the locksmith. He'll be here in about 30 minutes. In the meantime, we're giving everyone a free drink while you wait. That's why we would really, really appreciate it if you did not make the other customers uncomfortable. I'll be back in just a few minutes with your drinks.
Roll of thunder, crack of lightning, rain starts.
It is storming. That came in suddenly.
And it went from sunny to dark in seconds. Houston weather changes quickly.
It is not like a normal weather change. I could feel no storm brewing.
Do you normally feel storms coming? Is this supposed to be some sort of mystical Indian thing?
Navajo. I am of the Navajo people, but not all Navajos sense the world as I do. My senses go beyond eyes and ears and touch. Something is happening that I have never seen before.
He is right. His liver's full of power. He is attuned to the secrets of the world. But it's not just a Navajo. In Mexico, there are those among us with power and knowledge of the natural world. I also did not sense the storm coming.
His liver is full of power? Funny, on most days I'm the strangest person in the room, but right now I feel like the boring one.
You got that right, fam.
This has been a memorable day for me. I gotta admit, I've never had a date like this before. Yoro Fujikawa, you are not only the most beautiful woman I've seen in a long time, you're also brilliant and powerful and mysterious, but something about this whole scene is like a dream that's about to turn into a nightmare. I think I'm gonna end this early and just go home. I'm gonna see if I can unstick those doors and we can all be on our way.
Don't go, Addie.
Wow, that is some grip you have there, Yoro, but really my gut is saying I should leave.
The doors are stuck.
I'll just go out the back.
I have a little confession to make, Addie. Remember when you showed up and I gave you a hard time and made it seem like maybe I wasn't sure I wanted you to sit with me. The truth is, I already knew. I knew I wanted to spend the day with you, the whole day. I was so convinced of it that I already reserved a room for us upstairs in the hotel. Don't go out those doors. I want you with me.
Perhaps I misspoke when I said you could not imagine what it's like to be a predator.
You got no idea how extra she really is.
Okay, I've got your drinks for you. A spring water, a hot chocolate, a cappuccino, and one frappuccino with extra privilege.
Did you just mock me, server girl?
Look, it's okay, Melissa with one S. I'm not sticking around. This has become too much for me. Just show me where the back door is, and Yoro, it's time for you to let go of my arm.
Thunder, lightning, the lights go out.
Ah!
All the people in the cafe exclaim in alarm.
Everyone stay calm. I'm sure the lights will come right back on.
Look, that's ominous timing. Look, like I said, just show me to the back door.
It's sort of a funny coincidence, but the locksmith needs to unstick the back door and the fire exit too. They're all electronic locks. There's an app that controls them, but it's not working.
The universe moves with purpose, Melissa with one S. I do not believe in coincidence. This is beginning to feel intentional.
You mean the storm and the power and the locks all at once?
Yes.
How could that be anything but coincidence? There's no app to control the weather.
You say that because you only believe what you see with your eyes. Chica, in every culture, there are those who know the old viejo ways, the practices that bend the world to your will.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Witchcraft.
Oh, whatever. I've seen my fair share of the supernatural, but I'm happy to take advantage of coincidences when they break my way. I like the dark, and the timing works out perfectly for me. Come at it. I'm not giving you a choice.
What's happened to your hand, Yoro? Your skin's become hard and cold. Why do you seem taller?
Did it just get cold? I've got goosebumps and the hairs on the back of my neck are standing on end.
No, Melissa with an S. One S. That is not the gold. It is magic. It's Yoro. You see? Yes. She is used to the dark to hide. She weaves magic.
Stop dragging me into the hotel, Yoro!
I did not think you had the strength to resist me like this. Come at it. I said I had a room for us. I wish to enjoy you.
What the chica did not know is my people see in the dark, because that is where we hunt.
I also have excellent vision in the shadows.
Well, I don't see in the dark. What's happening?
Yor has become una araña gigante.
That means a giant spider, if you do not speak Spanish. I do not think it is sex that she wants from you, Addie.
Is this some sort of game you're playing? Are you LARPing? People don't transform into giant spiders.
A spider? Yoro, you're a Jorogumo. You swipe right on my profile because you want to prey on me.
Hunting is much easier with modern technology.
Well, I have a surprise for you, Yoro. I'm not the snack you thought I was.
My skin is crawling. I feel like there's bugs all over me.
There is magic in the air. Addy is, and he has magic as well.
You tricked me, Addie. You're not a human either. You're a foul little nine-tailed kitsune. I'm not sure if your blood is good to drink.
And I thought you were going to be an easy mark, Yoro. A vain CEO with piles of cash who could not resist my magical charisma.
Maybe it was lucky we met these two after all, so I don't have to try to feed on a kitsune.
Approach me at your own peril, spider. I'll chew your 8 legs like sticks.
A skinwalker, chica? I knew you were special, but I didn't hunt wolves. Bueno, better to find out now, but waitress, she is human. I can fly off with her.
Do what now?
Well, sure, Melissa with one S. Just let me recap for the human. While a spider is trying to drag me to her web, Yoro is a spider, and Yi is a skinwalker. She was planning to eat me, and he was planning to eat Isabella, but I think Isabella is as magical too, and she had her own dinner plans.
The liver is full of magical power. That is what I crave. Also, protein.
Oh my god, the lights are back on. Ah! You're all monsters!
I am La Luchusa, an owl witch of Mexico, not a monster.
An owl the size of a pterodactyl is kind of a monster. I'm just a magical fox with 9 tails. Yi and Yoro are straight up monsters, but stranger still, it seems incredibly improbable for this many yokai to run into each other in the Yokai Hotel.
That feeling when someone figures out he's been punked.
This is why I never bring my Tsukumogami phone with me. It talks when its opinion is not wanted.
You did mention you had one of my phones. This is starting to feel like it's not a coincidence.
You sell these phones?
Yoro created them. She's the CEO of Tsukumogami Corp. Tsukumogami is a type of yokai, but instead of being shapeshifters like us, they are inanimate objects filled with magical spirits. Calling a tech company Tsukumogami is like a brag about their products. I wish she was being literal.
I'm not a tech person, but I know yokai spirits. Making a magical phone was much easier for me than building a real product.
That's how clueless she is. Pouring Tsukumogami out into the world just to keep up her bougie life.
Tsukumogami are objects that have been around 99 years and gained a spirit. These phones are only a few years old. What you've done is impossible.
I am not a techie, but I am clever. The phones have clock chips in them. I just cycle them up until they clocked a year and a minute or two. In about 2 hours, I infuse them with yokai spirits that could do anything you want a phone to do, but at 5% of the manufacturing cost.
Tsukumogami are spirits of excellence. Something's gotta endure a century before it's blessed to become a Tsukumogami. And she just churns us out like cheap Halloween decorations.
My phone is a yokai?
A yokai of communication, dog. And we all know each other. You think you four ended up here at the same time on the random?
Where did the other customers go? Didn't any of you notice the other customers are gone?
Bruh, this crew is 100% self-absorbed. They didn't notice anything.
The other customers are no more. I told you there was no escaping this place.
And that's the CEO of the Tsukumogami himself.
I'm the CEO of Tsukumogami Corp.
Not CEO like of a company. He's CEO like the king, the boss, the top dog. You gotta update your lingo, Yoro. Wait a minute! Never mind. It's too late now. You just go on the way.
But the customers, where are they?
I smell blood in the air. I do not think your customers are alive anymore.
And bloodstains on the floor soaking into the tile. This is a casa de sangre.
Woo! They all were snatched silent like. That's a badass shit.
You believe you four are the only predators here. I chew no hunger, but mine has lasted for hundreds of years. When the Mori family began dismantling Hagai Castle, I became angry and devoured the workers. Yet I knew more would come and not leave one standing stone. But the life force I absorbed gave me the power to disappear and reappear anywhere I wished. I have been all over the world, but the power has also given me the hunger I feel. While humans sustain me, the most satisfying meal is a yokai.
Yoro! This is how we Tsukumogamis deal with someone trying to use us.
You little traitor!
No haunted hotel can cage the power of an owl witch. I fly out. Good luck to the rest of you. Ooh.
She's laying the butts out of the atrium window.
Loud thud, flapping of wings, La Lechuza screams as she falls.
Oof, that was rough. Impaled on a bad piece of Art Nouveau. So much for the owl witch. What a terrible end.
Isabella tried to escape on her own and failed despite her magic. Our only chance to escape the Yokai Hotel is to work together.
That's a surprising thing to hear coming from the lone wolf.
Every tribe is greater than its warriors. We skinwalkers know this and come together when it is in our best interest. Each of us here today is strong, but this hotel is stronger still. We can only survive if we work together.
What? This is a 500-year-old castle, dog! You could have 20 yokai and you ain't gonna beat Hagi Castle. You're all cooked! Just waiting for the dessert.
We don't need to be stronger than the hotel's strength to survive. We only need to be stronger than its weaknesses.
That was almost as impenetrable as Denwa speaking.
We only need to defeat the hotel at a weak point. If together we can break open the door, we will escape. We may not be strong enough to defeat the whole castle, but one door should not be able to stand against us.
Well, I have nothing better on my schedule right now, so I'll give it a try.
I hope you're right, Wolf.
Take me with you, please!
I won't leave you behind, I promise.
You ain't going nowhere! Euro, you're gonna get what you earned with your greed!
What about you, Denwa? You're in here with us. I'm surprised you would set up such an elaborate scheme just so you could sacrifice yourself to feed this bloated old Tsukumogami for a little bit of payback on the woman who gave you your place in the world.
I ain't sacrificing myself, Euro. I'm on the big guy's side. We fam. He's gonna eat you, but not me.
Little Dinwa, what kind of life could you have on your own? You're just a bone destined to be tossed into the next landfill the next time a new iPhone model comes out. I wouldn't want you to suffer, though. The oblivion I give you would be a blessing.
Wait, you mean you are planning to eat me? Oh, that's cold, but it's not chill. I'm not okay with that.
Hey, let's bust down that door, follow me.
Feet running.
Here we are. On a 3, we ram the door with our shoulders and bust it open. 1, 2, 3. Boom!
Sound of thudding against the doors.
Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3.
Look out! One of the sculptures is moving! It's attacking!
What is that?
It's Art Nouveau, so nobody has any idea, but I think it looks like a giant paper mache snake or worm.
Paper mache? The hotel will have to do better than that. The teeth of a wolf will shred paper effortlessly.
It's not all made of paper, it's on a wire frame.
Looks like he's discovered that for himself.
He's tangled up really bad. Things are not looking good for him.
Get him out of that wire!
Seriously, you're asking the spider to help someone?
I don't think I want to wrestle with possessed wire.
It's tightening up. It's going to cut through his skin next. I'm not strong enough to pull it off of him.
Okay, I'll try to free him.
Oh, you hesitated too long, Addie. Looks like there's no help for him, unless you think you could stitch him together again.
I didn't know wire could cut through bone.
Oh my God, we're all going to die horribly.
Everyone dies in the end. That is not horrible. It is fitting to join the circle of life. Each of you understands how important the prey is to the hunter. I treasure every one of you.
The circle of life? If you bust into a Disney song, I'll burn you down myself.
We could try that. We could set a fire to the place and hope the chaos gives us a chance to escape. Even if an opportunity doesn't present itself, the fire department has a battering ram for opening locked doors.
The stoves in the kitchen are gas. That would be the fastest way to light this place up. I'll need to grab a candle from one of the tables on the way.
Let's not wait around. Let's get this done. We'll follow you, server girl.
Feet running.
Got the candle. Here's the kitchen.
Look, I'll go into the kitchen, start turning the burners on. You stay out here and be ready to throw the candle in once the gas is going.
Clicking sound.
There's no gas coming out!
Do you really think I can't turn the gas off on my own? Stop fighting me. You are so foolish.
Addie, that cabinet to the right of the sink. It's totally against fire code, but we've been storing the extra propane tanks from the courtyard heaters in there.
Sound of cupboard door.
I see them. I'm opening the propane nozzles.
Hissing sound.
I'll just take that candle and throw it in the kitchen.
You have to wait for Addie to get to safety.
He was never safe today. Now give me that!
Addie, look out!
Explosion!
You killed him!
I was going to all along.
I'm not dead yet. Melissa with one S, you delayed Yoro just long enough. I lost half my fur, but I'm alive.
Whatever. Time to part ways. I'm going to climb up into the A-train where it will be hard for the hotel to kill me. While he's busy hunting the two of you down and devouring you, I'll wait for the fire department to arrive and knock down the doors with their battering ram. I want to thank you for this opportunity to survive that you've given me.
I'm not sure if I'm in more danger or less danger with her gone.
It doesn't matter, she's right. The hotel will focus on us, and even if the hotel is too distracted to eat us, the smoke might finish us off anyway. By ourselves, our odds of lasting until the fire department gets here aren't good.
There's a fire exit just off the kitchen. We can't go through the kitchen to it, but we can take the back hallway around the kitchen to see if we can force the door open.
That's better than waiting here. Lead on.
Down this way, and then we take a left here. We've got one more turn. There it is.
It's open. The explosion blew the door off its hinges. Run for it.
No! You can check out, but you're not allowed to leave!
We're out!
Whew. That was close.
That was some next level shit, yo!
Wait a minute. Why am I hearing Denwa?
Oh, I grabbed it and brought it along. I figured it was just like in danger, just like us.
Yeah, but this whole thing was Denwa's fault because it and the other Tsukumagami set this whole thing up with a hotel. Denwa deserves to be in there.
Oh, well, in that case, maybe I should, just...
No, don't throw me back in there. No.
That is one good arm you got there. You should play baseball.
The hotel, it's shimmering and vibrating.
Large popping sound.
And it disappeared. I guess it's off to wreak havoc someplace else. I don't think Yoro's gonna like that very much.
It's gone, and I just started in this job. What am I gonna do now?
Well, considering that you blew up the kitchen, I would specify on your resume that you were the closing manager.
Thank you so much, folks. I hope you enjoyed Yokai Hotel. And you want to give everybody a round of applause again? This is going to be posted as a podcast episode. If you go to my booth, you can sign up for the mailing list, and we'll announce when it arrives.